All right, guys, let's get going. We are working today on lesson 14.2, and you might be asking yourself, shouldn't we start with 14.1? We'll do that one later this week. Today, we are starting with 14.2, and I think you will find it to be a pretty simple lesson. You need to rip out the following pages from your workbook: 739, 741, and 743. Pause the video and rip those out. Once you've got them, you can come back to me. Okay, guys, today we're taking a look at patterns, and every time we look at a pattern, they will always give us a number rule, and that number rule we will always follow. So let's take a look at the solve and share first. There are 6 juice boxes in 1 pack. There are 12 in 2 packs and 18 in 3 packs. How many juice boxes are in 4 packs, in 5 packs, in 6 packs? It wants us to go down here and to complete the table. You may have already noticed that there was a pattern, and you can see that it's been organized into this nice table for us, and this is what is important. We are multiplying by 6. So anytime we get a rule, we're going to take the number that's over here and do whatever the rule is to that number, and then we put that over here. So 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18. And then we're just going to keep going to fill out the remainder of this chart. 4 times 6 will give me 24. Can you fill out the last 2 numbers and then enter them into the Edpuzzle? Go. All right, check yours. 30 and 36. And when you're done, you should see that, yes, we multiplied by 6, but because we multiplied by 6, each box went up by 6 because the numbers over here went up by 1. Okay, so we got to determine what the rule is and then use that rule to the number that they give us over here. Let's take a look at a few more examples. Flip your paper over. Okay, on this page, they are telling us that there are 3 leaflets on 1 clover leaf, and then there are 6 leaflets on 2 clover leaves and 9 leaflets on 3 clover leaves. They want to know how many on 4, how many on 12. So they put that into our chart down here, and they're telling us that the rule over here is to multiply by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9, etc., etc. But then over here, you'll see that our rule is not to multiply by 3, it's to divide by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So the numbers over here may not always be bigger than the numbers over here. If we have to subtract or divide, then the numbers over here are going to be smaller than the numbers on the left-hand side. All right, let's do some practice. Grab page 741, and I would like us to start by looking at number 1 on page 741. Grab your pencil. It's going to be time for you to work here. They're telling us that the rule for this table is to multiply by 4. Can you look at this table and decide what number does not belong if I am multiplying by 4? Once you figure it out, enter it into the Edpuzzle. Okay, you will notice that 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, so this number is incorrect. Did you pick that one? Also notice that it goes up by 4 and this one does not. So 15 was incorrect. Okay, let's look at number 2. Remember, the first thing we have to do is determine the rule. It's divide by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 20 divided by 4. What's going to go in that last box? Write it down on your paper and then enter it into the Edpuzzle. Go. A good old 5. Did you get that? All right. Let's keep going. You'll notice that sometimes we will get tables that go this way, and sometimes we'll get tables that run this way. Either way, we're either looking at the top number to apply the rule to, or we're looking at the left number to apply the rule to. So if we're looking at this chart, they're telling us the number of spiders equals the number of legs. So if we have 1 spider, we have 8 legs. We're multiplying by 8. So can you go ahead and fill in the missing numbers and then pop them into the Edpuzzle? Go. 2 times 8 is 16, and 5 times 8 is 40. How'd you do on that one? Good job, you're getting it. We're going to skip number 4 and go down to number 5 because our rule is just a little bit higher and I want to make sure we understand what we're doing here. We're multiplying by 16, and 1 times 16 is 16, 2 times 16 is 32. But then we need to multiply by 16 by 3 and 4. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you don't know what that is off the top of your head, you have to write it out. Put it below to double check that you have the correct answer. This may seem easy to you, and I agree that it can be, but if we get careless and put in random answers because we're not working it out, we're going to be wrong. So I'd like you to work these two out, pop your answers in, and then put them into the Edpuzzle. Go. All right, I got 48 underneath 3, and I got 64 for 4. Did you get that? Yay. All right, I think you got it. Let's just take a look at the back side before I release you to work. Number 7, the table shows how much money Joe makes babysitting. How much money will Joe make when he babysits for 6 hours? What's our rule? Multiply by 7. So all I've got to do is multiply that 7 by 6 hours and go ahead and write in on your worksheet what you get and then enter it into the Edpuzzle. This one you should have gotten $42. How'd you do there? Yay. Number 8, our rule is to divide by 8, and we have number of pounds and number of bags. So remember, if we're dividing, our numbers over here are going to get smaller, and we're always applying the rule to the number on the left. 72 divided by 8 is 9. What's this missing number going to be? 96 divided by 8, and if you don't know that off the top of your head, I need you to put 96 divided by 8 over there. Go ahead. Okay, our answer is 12. How'd you do? Good job. Okay, I think you are ready to take a look at the bottom portion of this paper. Notice that our rule is multiply by 3. This is the last thing we're going to do on this paper, so let's keep working hard. Number 11, using the rule, how many batteries do 8 flashlights need and 10 flashlights need? You're going to have 2 answers here. We need to figure out if we're using our rule multiplying by 3, if we're finding 8 flashlights and how many batteries and 10, we're going to have 2 different answers. Go ahead and pause the video, work that out, and then enter your answer into the Edpuzzle. You'll have 2 answers for this one. Okay, you should have multiplied 8 times 3 to get 24, and then you should have multiplied 10 times 3 to get 30. How did I get that? I got the 8 from here, the 10 from here, and then our rule is multiply by 3. Last question, number 12. How many more batteries do 6 flashlights need than 4 flashlights? Okay, we've got this lucky phrase. How many more? You know you are going to subtract. But first, before I can subtract, I got to figure out how many flashlights do 6 batteries need. Sorry, how many batteries do 6 flashlights need and how many do 4 need? Go ahead and figure that out, and then you're going to need to subtract and enter your final answer into the Edpuzzle. Go. All right, I did 6 times 4 is 24, and 4 times 4 is 16. And if I subtract those 2, it's going to be 8 batteries more for the 6 flashlights. Okay? All right, make sure when you're working on your homework today, you determine what the rule is, and then you apply that rule to the left-hand side of your chart or to the top row of your chart. Okay, let's take a look at the homework page. We're looking at page 743, and I've circled the problems I'd like you to do. You're going to complete the entire front side. When you finish the front side, you're going to flip it over, and I would like you to do number 5 on the back side, number 9, 10, and 11. Number 5, 9, 10, 11 on the back side. When you finish this, you can turn it into the bin and then work on extra math, study letter, or freckle until it's time for lunch. Good work today, guys.